we'll just start. Today we're going to be talking just about some new AI tools.
Hmm.
Uh, I want to start with this one here called the new ChatGPT model.
Okay.
Don't know whether you use ChatGPT Plus.
Nah.
No, no problem. So they recently introduced a new model called OpenAI 01,
Hmm.
and they've given access to some of the people who are on the premium plan. I happen to be on the premium plan. And just this morning, I started testing this new model, and it's very interesting what it's able to do. So let me just show you an example. So I'm just
Okay.
gonna new model where you come here, you select. So you have different models. They have the legacy models. They have GPT-4 Mini. But this one, you come here, you say hello, and what it does is it actually starts thinking. So before it would actually send that request directly to the model, but now that model is able to process the request. So it's able to think about what you're telling it. So I'm piecing together the assistant's logic to respond to hello without mentioning OpenAI's policies, blah, blah, blah. How can I assist you today? So
Mm.
do some math for me and add stuff up. So just that's just a random. Before it would have gone just to the to the model directly, and then it would have come back. But now the model actually starts thinking before giving me an answer. So here, as you can see, it thought for 12 seconds. That's the prompt that I get, but then it gives me an answer afterwards. So the question becomes, what was it thinking about? So all I asked it was, do some math for me and add stuff up. Then it says, I'm thinking through the task of simulating a response to a math query, ensuring it's helpful, accurate, and aligns with the ethical guidelines. I'm considering how the assistant should stick to policies. I'm piecing together a quick math problem, and then it's selecting an interesting challenge, and then calculating the sums, and then it does the response. So this is a big deal because before, these models did not have a way of thinking. They were just essentially trying to predict what would be next, which was very effective. Like if you're using
Yeah.
different, it's extremely effective. But now, as you can see, it does much more than just return what you wanted. What do you think about this?
I'm still trying to piece it together, and I do have a question. What's the essence of that thinking part?
Okay, so the essence of this is that. So let me try to switch here to a different model. Let me see. So here I've just said hello, and I switched the model to this one called GPT-4o.
Yeah.
So how this one works is all it's doing when I say hello is it tries to predict um what I would want in response to it, which is okay.
Yeah.
But sometimes you want the AI to be able to think about its answer. You don't just want it to start returning or the most likely tokens immediately. Sometimes you want it to do some mathematics. So let me give you an example here. So this one doesn't have the thinking part. So oh, this is an example. How many R's are in the word strawberry? So here it would have to look at this word and then count the three R's. One,
Yeah.
two, three. I don't know whether it'll work, but let me just see. So as you can see, it says there are two R's. Are you sure? So and that's wrong, right? Because
Yeah.
there's three R's. So try again. So then it says, look at it. So then it does the math. You see, it says, yes, I'm sure. The word strawberry has two R's, one after the T and one near the end, which is wrong, right?
Yeah.
Here's how it breaks down. Or it tries to do it with an R, first one, then second one, then it forgets this one, then you see. So
Yeah.
imagine if this was a complex scientific situation or something where you need to do actual math, it would have
Yeah.
failed, right?
Yeah.
So now let's switch the model back to the preview for this one. And then let me ask it the same question again. Now you've switched to the new mod. Now you'll see the value of
Mm.
the thinking part.
Thinking.
So now it's thinking about it in a different way. So pinpointing the issue, let's see what it's saying. Okay, let me see. The question is about finding the number of R's in strawberry. Before crafting the response, let's ensure blah blah blah. 10 letters. I noticed an error clarifying that the contains 3 R's. So whatever, it's thinking basically. So
Yeah.
now you're correct, and I apologize for the oversight earlier. There are actually 3 R's
Hmm.
in the word strawberry. STR, the first one, and then the two was the end, second and third. So the word strawberry contains 3 R's in total. So you see, because it was able to think, like
Yeah.
here it's just trying to predict, but here
Yeah.
it actually thought. It said, okay, fine, let me take the word, let me break it down. He tried breaking it down, but it wasn't as accurate as you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the point that now these AIs, they can actually think about what you're saying instead of just returning a response. What do you think?
It's better than it was before. Because if we could fail in counting the number of R's in a word, it
Yeah.
would be worse if it was complex. Like you said, if it was a complex computation or something. So yeah, it's better.
So this is another assistant called Claude. I don't know whether you've ever used it.
Yeah, yeah, I have.
So let me try the same thing in Claude here. This is called 3.5 Sonnet. So let's see whether this one is going to answer the question. I see there are 2 R's in the word strawberry. Do an analysis. This analysis and prove it step by step. So let's see what Claude is going to get. So certainly. So this is Claude trying to think. Let's start writing out the word. They numbered each letter. They identified the positions. The first R, and then the second R is in position 9. So they found an R. They found another one. There are no more R's in the word, and then it shows two. So basically, it ended up with exactly two. So this one had no idea as well. This one also got it wrong. And this is
Yeah.
just a small example showing that sometimes these AIs, when it comes to like things that they need to logic or need to reason about, it can be
Mhm.
hard for them to do it. But now with this new let me share this the but now with this new or one preview, like the logic has gotten much better and these things are much smarter now.
I'd want to see how it works in the back end.
Yeah. So for example, do do the analysis again. So how it works is when you say do the analysis again, instead of actually just sending it to the model and starting to return your answer, it starts thinking through it. So this is actually it thinking in real time and and showing you. I'm thinking through the response strategy. Okay, let me see. I realize there are 3 R's, two in the middle. I'm counting R's. Then it says there's 3 R's, and then that's when it returns the response, as you can see. So that's how it thinks. It basically thinks, shows you what it's thinking about. Then after it's done, it returns to you the response. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, yeah, it does.
Mm. Yeah, so this is just a cool intro. It's something I was just testing right now. But today, the point was for us to actually go through, in general,
Mm.
through building with Claude. So understanding how to use Anthropic, because as I really like OpenAI, and I use all their tools, but it's nice to see what the alternative is. I don't know whether you've used Anthropic or Claude.
I've only used Claude. I've not tried Anthropic.
So Anthropic is the company that creates Claude. Uh, so Claude is a product by Anthropic, and they also have this API. Let's just see how the API works at least, because even for me, I haven't used it. But this is just for us to see how easy it is to set up and things like that. I think in terms of functionality, the OpenAI API is still way ahead. OpenAI API is still way ahead of Claude,
Claude.
because as you can see here, this is the OpenAI API. They provide a lot of capabilities: text, vision, function calling, reasoning. They have different types of models, chat completions, text to speech, things like that. What's this reasoning? Yeah, reasoning models. Wow. Yeah, this is it. So I actually have access to the beta. I'm going to be trying this out myself. But let's come back here to Anthropic and Claude and see what's up. So, okay, overview. So Claude is a highly performant, trustworthy, and intelligent AI platform built by Anthropic. It excels at tasks involving language, reasoning, analysis, coding, and more. So as you can see here, that's Claude, and they have three different models at the moment. They have Claude 3, Claude 3.5, and Claude 3 Opus, Sonnet, Haiku, Sonnet, and Opus. And then, yeah, that's it. They also have Vision, by the way. That's interesting to know. So, how does the initial setup work? So you also need an API key, and what else do they provide? Yeah, you just pretty much need an API key. They also provide SDKs for Python and TypeScript. Which language do you usually use to code?
JavaScript.
Okay, so it would have been nice if they provided. Let's see here in the API reference. Yeah, they have Cal. So you can use for any language. This is how the request works. It looks pretty simple. Um, you just put in your API key. Is that a version that you put in? You say the model that you want, and then the max tokens, and then you can send messages back and forth. It's a bit similar to the OpenAI API. I've used the OpenAI API, by the way.
No,
Really?
I haven't used it yet.
You should
I don't
try.
even have a. I haven't even gotten premium Java.
Oh, so you should try the OpenAI API because it's very. If you're interested in becoming an AI developer or learning about AI,
Yep.
it's a very valuable tool. Yeah. So yeah, as you can see, this is how you set it up. It looks pretty simple. We can also look at some of the use cases that they provided here. Um, Ticket routing. Define whether to use Claude for ticket routing. Here are some key indicators. Okay. So from what I can see here, what they provide is pretty much you can generate text to text, as you can see. Where is it? Yeah, they provide text and code generation, and they also provide uh, image. So Claude excels in a wide range of text-based tasks. It has been trained to ingest code, prose, and other natural language inputs and provide text outputs in response. Text capabilities and use cases. So you can summarize text, generate content, extract data, answer questions, translate, do analysis and recommendations, dialogue and conversation, code explanation and generation. It's possible for you to build things like a PDF upload and summarization tool. Um, you can upload PDFs to Claude. Okay, that's cool. You can also discover how to extend Claude's capabilities by integrating external tools. And then you can also do embeddings with Voyage AI. So let's look at what they provide um, in terms of tools. I don't know what this is. Uh, Set up the environment, a calculator. Okay. Ah, so is there a reason why you haven't yet played around with the OpenAI API?
Uh,
Or you just
I
haven't?
don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think. How will I put this?
Yeah.
I'm trying to put it in a way that I'm not too open, and you know, I'm trying to filter out some things that are not necessary to tell everyone.
Oh, so
Yeah.
What are you working on right now in general?
Um, I don't know. Right now, I'm still figuring out my life. Let
Oh,
me
I
put
see,
it
I see.
like, yeah,
So it's a good time to be in that space. There's a lot of interesting things to do.
yeah. It's kind of confusing, and when you're in that stage where you don't know what to do next. So
Yeah.
I'm at stage right now. Yeah.
So it's okay. There's lots of things to do. Especially here with AI. If you ever become interested, this technology is crazy. Mm, okay. So it also has vision. So if you ever have an idea for a vision application, like let's say you would like to analyze a screenshot or images of some kind, you
Yeah.
can now include images in your AI. Let's see. Yep, and a lot of the image prompting techniques that work well for text-based interactions with Claude can also be applied to image-based prompts. Let's see. And also the type of format that they use for the API is very similar to what you'll find with OpenAI. So it's making it easy to switch between the two of them. I think all you have to do to change sometimes is this model only, and maybe your endpoints and things like that.
Mm.
But it's very easy to switch between the two of them. Hmm, okay. So yeah, I don't know whether this has made any sense. It was also an idea, a chance for me to go through the Claude documentation. It's not something I had done before, but it's nice. So just to summarize, they have three models you can use.
Mm.
They also provide vision as well with the text model. So they have Haiku, Sonnet, and Opus. They come at three different price points. You can do text generation and vision. And finally, they also have a console. So let me share here the console. This is where you get to do stuff with the you can get API keys. They even have a prompt library. Let me look at this. So uh, prompt library. This is just a explore optimized prompt for a breadth of business and personal tasks. So let me see here. Cosmic keystrokes. Let me just try that one and see. Copy this to a developer console and try it out for yourself. That is too much work. But they just have a bunch of prompts here you can use, basically. You can get your API keys as well on this bench. I haven't created one. Um, Cloud key default. They have workspaces. So if you want to organize your API keys in terms of workspaces, that's possible. So there's my key. I'll let me just revoke that. But that's how you generate a key.
Mm.
Mm. What else? Details. You can put in information about your organization. You can have multiple members. You can also create workspaces for different projects that you have. And then they also provide this workbench. So I don't know whether I have enough credits or what do I need? You are a good kitten. Hello. Let's see if I need credits or something. Oh yeah, I need credits to you need credits to in order to have to test the workbench, but it's okay. Let me see here what the billing is. So the plan, let's see what plans they have. So in terms of if you want to get cloud, you would have to pay how much? You're on the you are on the evaluation plan. Upgrade on the bid plan to add funds to your balance and so you can upgrade here so that you add funds into your wallet and then you can be using those
Mm.
to prepaid credits to be doing stuff on the workbench and testing your API. Okay. So do you have any questions about Claude? I don't know. Have you seen anything interesting that you're interested in? This was just a general overview, but have you seen anything you're interested in learning more about?
Not really. First, I'm thinking of getting a premium version for ChatGPT. Then from there, I'm sure they'll have more questions from there.
Yes, and you're totally right. I think you're totally right about that. That's a very good step. You're going to get access to incredible knowledge. So you see, even the questions you're saying, like for example, you're like, okay, what do I do now with my life and things like that.
Yeah,
Like if you ask ChatGPT now, like it's something I do personally, like whenever I'm brainstorming. So it's like, let me just start a new chat here with the photo. Like this. What's personal information? But you can pretty much ask it about anything in terms of the stuff that you want. Study
yeah,
vocabulary, things like that. What else? Yeah, you also have voice mode. It's not here enabled on web, but if you have the desktop app, you can actually talk to it like a human. I don't know whether you've tried the voice mode
yeah.
on your.
Tried it.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, so that's it. I just wanted a quick intro to Claude. I think even for me, I've done just a general intro. It hasn't. I haven't gone into so much detail, but at least I have a better idea of what I'm missing out on. I still prefer using the OpenAI API. So I'll stick to that. But it's nice if you ever need an alternative, you
Mm,
can always come to here Anthropic and
true.
yeah, yeah.